Hello everyone, I am Sangeeta Ranjan, Assistant Professor at Access Institute of Technology and Management. Today in this session, we are going to discuss about the array. The initials of C programming we have already discussed in the previous session. First of all, we have to know the meaning of array. What is the meaning of array? Array means collection of something having similar properties. We may say the collection of students, we may say the collection of books, collection of integer numbers. That is, collection of students means array of students, array of books, array of integer numbers, array of float numbers, array of characters. These are collection, and these are, we can say, these are arrays. So first we take the array of students, in which some similar properties, array of student contains some similar properties, like if each and every student contain the name, that's their name, their address, their parents' name. Each and every student has this type of properties. Each and every student has ID and affiliated university, college name. These are the common properties for every student. In the same way, when we talk about books, each and every book contains its name, author's name, publisher name, publication, that is, and number of pages. Each of every book contains the number of pages, index. These are the common properties for every book. That's why we are called array of books. Array of integer numbers. Every integer numbers are digits, like 10, 9. These all are digits. Array of float numbers. Every array of float numbers contain the floating point number, that is 10.5, 1.5, like this. Array of characters, in which array contain alphabets, CADs, like A, in the quotes, B, like. These are the collection of characters, these are the collection of alphabets, array of alphabets, that's why it is called. Till now we discussed the general concept of array. Now in programming term, if we want to declare hundreds and thousands of variables in the program, then declaring them separately, declaring the variables separately is a very tedious job. So C provides the concept of array. With the help of array, we declare collectively all variables, or we can say we declare the variable collectively in the form of array. Here number of variables are declared. In this line, int, var2, var3, var1, var4, var5, var6, var7, var8, var10. These all are the variables which is declared separately. In this way, we can declare multiple variables, but this work is very tedious to do this type of work. So C provides the facility of array. With the help of array, we can declare them like this in the array collectively. All variables are declared here collectively. var10 means the variables are var 0 to 9. 0 to 9 variables are contained in int var in the subscript operator 10. Now memory representation of array. How the array is stored in the memory. First of all, we have to know how array is declared. Int is the data type. It's a data type. Var is a variable name. And in square bracket, that is called subscript operator. And here 10 is size of the array. This is the general form of declaration of array. Now in memory, this var occupy the space in the sequence way, like var 0, in var 1, var 2 to the var 9. Here var 9 is written. All the subscript written in subscript operator. This operator is called subscripting operator, square bracket, that is. Because each and every integer takes the 2 byte. It is compiler dependent. Some compiler takes 2 bytes and some takes 4 bytes. Here we have taken the example in which integer takes 2 bytes. So each variable takes 2 bytes in the memory. In this way, 10 variables totally collectively contain 20 bytes in the memory. So int var10 occupied 20 bytes in the memory. Now char contain the 1 byte in the memory. So here char name has 5 size. So it contains the 5 byte in the memory. So here it is written 5 byte memory space occupied by the char variable. We must know the size of the array always must be integer. Size of the array is integer, that is 10. Here we have taken the 5, and index of array vary from 0 to size minus 1. Here is written 10, that is size minus 1 is 0 to 9. Here the size is taken 0 to 4, that is the index number is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. The size is 5, 0 to 4 we have to take. Now we can define the array. Array is a collection of variables whose data types are similar and which they stored in the memory. They occupy the contiguous space in the memory. They acquire the contiguous space in the memory. Arrays are the derived data type in the C programming, which means it is made up of int, char, double float, that is primitive data type. Derived data type which can store the primitive data type, that is int, char, double float, that etc. We can say array is the simplest data structure where each and every elements can be randomly accessed. These can be randomly accessed or indexed. Now advantage of array. What are the advantage of C array? Code optimization. With the help of array, we can write minimum code. We can write less codes to write the program. In writing the program, ease of traversing. We can easily traverse the each and every element of the array with the help of for loop. Ease of sorting. We can easily sort the array, or random access. We can easily access each and every element of the array. Disadvantage of array. Because the size of the array is fixed in the beginning, we have to fix the size of the array at the time of declaration. So if we want to increase the size of the array, or we want to enhance the size at the time of execution, we cannot do that. So this is the basic problem with the array. The fixed size is the basic problem. It does not grow size dynamically in the as it is grow in the linked list. Now initialization of array. We can initialize the array like this. First of all, we have to declare int marks5. Marks is the array name, 5 is the size of the array, int is the data type. Marks0 is equal to 80. That means internally in the memory, marks0, the value of marks0 is 80. Marks1, 1 is written in square bracket, that is subscript bracket, is equal to 60. In the memory, marks1 is occupied, the value of marks1 is 60. Marks2 is equal to 70. The value of marks2 is 70 in the memory. Marks3 is equal to 80. The value of marks3 is 85. Here is 85. Taken the occupied the space in the memory, or reserve the space in the memory, or marks4 is 75. Here marks4, the value of marks4 is 75. In this way, we can initialize the array. It is the simplest way to initialize the array. Now, see array declaration with initialization. We can declare the array and we can initialize the array with that at the time of declaration. Here we have to we have declared the array int marks5. Marks is the array name, 5 is the size, and the value of marks5 is written here. We have to initialize at the time of declaration. Here marks it is the marks value of marks 0, 20, and like this 30 is the value of marks 1, 40 is the value of marks 2, 50 is the value of marks 3, and 60 is the value of marks 4. That is from 0 to 4. Size is 5. The value should be 0 to 4. The first is 20 and the last one is 60. In such case, there is no requirement to define the size, so it may also be written as the following code. There is no need to write the size here. We can initialize in this way so that it will take the size automatically on the basis of this initialization. It is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the size of the array must be 5. 0 to 4, that is 5. The size of the array must be 5. Now it is the first program, average of marks secured by students. This is a program in which we can calculate the average of marks. 5 subjects marks is written here. We have already discussed the header file, the main function. Int marks1 is the variable. In memory, it takes the space like this. Marks1 is here. Marks1 and marks2 is the space here. Marks3 is here. Randomly, it occupies the space in the memory. The value of marks1 is 10, that is 10. The value of marks2 is 12. The value of marks3 is 9. And the marks4 is 11. The value of marks5 is 17. In this way, it reserves the space in the memory. All marks reserve the space in the memory like this. Int sum, it is another space occupied by the sum in the memory. Its name is sum. And float average, one another space is occupied by average. Now all will be sum, all marks will be sum and calculated marks will be stored in this block. And after then average will be calculated and will be stored in here. Then print the average marks. What would be the answer will be printed here. After the execution of this is the same program. After the execution of this program, here is the output. Average marks secured is 11.8 and 00000 because it is given float. Average is float type of, the data type of average is float, that's why it is given in point. This is the same program, but here we use the array. The concept of array is applied here. Instead of taking marks separately, we use the array so that we can reserve the space in the memory. It occupies the space in the memory in the contiguous space in the memory in the sequence way. 5 marks is given, that means like this, it occupies the space in the memory and its name is marks. The 0th element here is the 0. Indexing is like this. 5 elements. The value reserved stored here are 10, 12, 9, 11 and 17. In this way, marks array is stored in the memory. Sum is the another variable which reserve the space in the memory, and average is the another variable which reserve the space in the memory. Now it calculate the all marks and put here the answer. Average calculate, take out the average of the sum and give the output, and that will be put here. After the execution of the same program, here is the output. The same output is here. Average marks secured is 11.800000. The same program is written, but here we have taken array. So how array is used, I have showed in the shown in this program. Now printing array elements. This is the program to print each and every elements of the array. Here is array int arr5. It occupies the space in the memory like this. the values are here. The name of the array is arr. 5. The values are from the indexes are 0 to 4. The values are given in 0, 10, in 1, 12, in 2, 9, in 3, in 11, and in 4, 17. In array occupy the space in the memory like this. Then first of all print f arr 0. It will print the 0th element of the arr, that is 10. Now printf arr 1. It will print the first element of the arr, that is 1. Arr 2 will print the second element like this. Arr 4 print the fourth element of the array. To printing the element here, square bracket is here, quotes is not necessary. The output of the previous program is like this. Here is the program. After execution, it will give the output in this manner. Arr 0, the value of arr 0 is printed and the value is 10. The arr 1 is printed and the value is 12. Arr 2 is printed, the value is 9. In this way, 11 and 17 are the value of the array, which is given here, which it occupies the space in the memory, which I shown in the previous slide. Now, in the previous slide, we print the array element independently, separately. Now, with the help of for loop, how can I print the array element? It is shown in this slide, printing array elements. All the elements here, first of all, array is declared with the initialization. The values are given here. With the help of for loop, we can print each and every element of the array. So here, when the value of I is 0, then here 0th element will be printed. Arr 0, that means the element first 0th element will be printed. 9, 11 and 17, these are the value. The 0th element is 10, it will be printed, and when the after increment of the I, the value of I will be 1, that it will take the condition 1 is less than 5, the condition is true, then here the value of I is 1, so the first element will be here, it is printed. Now after increment, the value of I is 2, then the subscript number 2 element will be printed, that is 9. In this way, when the value of I will be 4, the index number 4, that is 7 value will be printed. Here is the program and output is like this. With the help of for loop, here is the for loop, each and every element of the array is printed. Here is the output. Now, average of marks secured by students. In this program, we have to calculate the marks with the help of for loop. Here is the for loop. With the help of for loop, we can sum the marks of the student. That marks is 10, 12, 9, 11 and 17, which is in the array form. We can calculate the sum with the help of for loop. That means if the value of I is 0, when the value of I is 0, the marks, the meaning of this line is sum is equal to sum plus marks I. First time the value of I is 0, that means the value, the subscript is 0, that the value is 10. When the subscript is 1, then the value will be 12. Like this, it will calculate the sum. Firstly, the value of sum is 0, then 0 plus 10 is equal to 10. The second time, it will be 10 plus 12. In this way, it will calculate the sum, and after the calculation of sum, it will calculate the average and then print the average. After compilation and run of this program, after execution of this program, the output is the same, average. In the different way, we can calculate the average with the help of array, without the help of array, with the help of for loop, we can calculate the average marks secured by the student. So, it will give, in this way, the task is easy. We have discussed the printing element separately. Now we can print the array with the help of for loop that and in the LIFO manner, that is last in. LIFO means last in first out. Last in first out, the LIFO meaning is last in first out. In this way we can print the array, that is reverse order. First it will print a 17, then 11, then 9, then 12, then 10. For that we have to take I is equal to 4, that is the maximum size, the value of the index number of this array is first is 0, then 1, then 2 and 3 and 4. Here is 4, so that we have taken the value of I is 4 first time, and then it will be decremented consequently, so that the each and every element from the 4 to 0 will be printed. After execution of the program, the output will be like this in the reverse order. Here is the output which is in reverse order from 17 to 10, that is from 4 to 0. Array elements will be printed. Particular array elements will be printed. If we want to print 10, if we want to print 17 independently, then we can print it easily. With the help of array name and index name, we can print it. Here is given array name, we can print. If we want to print the index is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. If we want to print 8, then we have to give the variable name marks2. Here the output will be 8. If we want to change the value of 8 with 1, minus 1, then we can easily change the value like this, marks2 is equal to minus 1, or we can change the value of this in 88. So instead of giving minus 1, we can give here 88, then the value of marks2 will be 88, and we can print the value like this. Here is the output. Initial value of 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 is the index of the array. The initial value of marks2 is 8. It prints the first time, it prints the value 8. Here is the output, and after changing the value of the marks2, the output will be minus 1. Here is the minus 1 is the answer. I have changed the value of 8 to minus 1. If we want to change the value of 17 to 19, we can easily change it. First we have to write mark, the subscript number is 3 is equal to (19). In this way we can change the value. I have written here again, marks 3 is equal to 19. In this way we can change the value of this subscript or this element, or we can print the value in the place of here we can print the third element, so that it will print the 19, the element of array 5, the element is third. Now this is a program to input the 5 value from the user and store them in the array. Here is the header file, int value is 5, value is the array name, it's a data type, it's the size, 5 is the size of the array, value is the name of the array. Printf, enter 5 integer, we have to put 5 integer, it is only for printing. For int I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, plus I, or we can write I is equal to I plus 1. So that each and every element of the array will be filled, take the value from the user. Scanf is used to enter the input the value from the user. It will scan the value given by the user to the value I. That means value 0, value 1. Whenever the value will be changed, the array, the subscript of the array will be changed. After that, you display the integers. We have again here is using the for loop to display the elements of the array one by one. All subscript or all index of the array will be printed. Here is the program. After execution, here is the output. First time we have given the 23. After enter 5 integers, we have given first integer is 23, then 33, 44, 5 and 67. These are the number given by the user, and displaying integers, all numbers are displaying here with this for loop. All numbers will be displayed like 23, 33, 44, 5 and 67. These are the elements given by the user will be printed in this manner. This is a program to copy one array to another array. If we want to copy one array to another array, we have to apply this logic. Here is the first array in which the values are 5, 2, 7, 9 and 6, and we want to copy all elements to the another array. Here is the another array, and we copy all these elements to the other array. Here is the copied array in which all elements are copied. In this way, here is the theory. On the basis of this theory, we can apply the program or write the code. Here is the code written to copy one array to another array. We have first of all we have taken an array, two array 1 and array 2 for size 100 and 100, so that we can fill maximum number of elements in the array. First of all, we have to input the numbers of elements to be stored in the array. Here is given the number to be stored in the array. The elements are given with the help of for loop. Here is a for loop to input the numbers in the first array. Now, in the second array, array 2, array 1 will be copied in the array 2. Here, for loop is used to copy array 1 to array 2. Array 2 I is equal to array 1 I. That means whatever the subscript will be here 0 0, then array 2 0, in the array 2 0, array 1 0 will be copied. In the array 2 1, array 2 1 is equal to array 1 1. Then in the array 2 1, the array 1 1 will be copied. Like this, all elements of the array will be copied in the array 2. Here, printing the elements of the first array, then print the elements of the second array. With the help of for loop, we can print all elements of the array. Here is the output of the program. This is the program for input for the first array, and here is copy. Here is the code for copy the first array to the second array. Second array in first array will be copied after running of this program, after running of this two-line statement, and then first array will be printed, and with the help of for loop, second array will be printed. Here the output, the number given in the first array is like this, and after copying the second array will be, after copying the second array will be stored all the number of the first array, and here we print the second array also. This is the program to print the first array, copy the first array to the second array, and print both the array. Here is the program to find the greatest value. Enter 5 elements and find out the greatest, which one is the greatest in the given 5 elements. First of all, we have to define the size, that is 5, so that here we cannot define the 5 like this. We can only define the size, that means the value and the size of the array is 5. First enter the size, that is input the value of the array. With the help of this for loop, we can input the value of the array. Then first the logic behind this program is, if the array is given here, the arrays are given here, then the value might be 10, 5, 55, 66 and 9. Then we have to take first this element, the 0th element, as max, and we compare each element with the max each element. If this one is greater, then the one element is greater, then the value of max will be 5. Otherwise, if not it is greater, then the value of max will be 10. Here the value of max is first element, is the 0th element, the value of max is 10. 5 is less than 10, then the value of max is 10. Now it will check the value of the next element is greater than or smaller than. The value of 2 is greater than 10. Then the value of max is replaced by 10 to 55. It will check again the value of this subscript is greater than or smaller than 55. Then the value is greater than again the max is, it will be stored the 66, and this value is smaller than 66 though, then it will not change the value. This logic will be applied here in the program. With the help of for loop or with the help of if statement, we can take out the maximum of the array. Then 66 is the maximum number of the array. Here is the program, and in which applying this logic with the help of for loop or with the help of if statement, the greatest number will be calculated or taken out. Max is the maximum number. Here is the number given by the user. All numbers are given by the user, 5 numbers, that is 11 minus 5 minus 77, 55 and 99. The maximum number is 99. It is taken out, the greatest value is 99. Here is taken out the greatest value. In this way we can calculate we can take out the greatest value from the array. Here is the program to enter 5 elements and take out the smallest element, smallest value from the array. The same logic is applied here. First of all, we have to take the array. The subscript are like this 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 because the size of the array is 5. If we have given here 5, 10, 55, 3 and 66. This one is the minimum. We have to take the value in the minimum variable like 55. 5 is the 0th element. We first take the value 5 in the minimum variable. Then we check if this number is greater than or smaller than the 5. Here it is greater than, the value will be not replaced. Then it will check again, this value is greater than or smaller than 5. The value is again greater than. We have to take out the minimum so that it is again greater than, so the value will not swapped. Now this element is smaller than 5. Here we can change the value of minimum with the 3. Now it will check the value of this element is greater than or smaller than 5. Now 3, then it is the greater than 3. The value will be not changed. In this way we can take out the minimum value from the array. Here is a for loop and if statement to do this logic, the logic is applied here in the for loop and if statement, so that we can take out the minimum value of the array. From this array we can take out the minimum value. Now after execution of this program is run in the computer, and after execution of it, here is the number given by the user 45 minus 56 minus 78, 33 and 44. The numbers are 5 integers are given by the user, and the smallest number in this array is minus 78. So the program gives the output minus 78. Here is the output after applying that logic to this program. Now this is the program to take out the greatest and smallest value from the array combinedly. So here we have to take the array element size, max and mean. Both are the variable for calculating maximum and minimum. First of all, we have to write here for loop for enter the elements to fill the number values in the array. That is the name of the array is element. And the logic behind maximum and minimum, both are the elements 0. Now after initialization, initialize the max and min is the 0th element. Then with the help of this for loop and this if statement, we can take out the maximum and minimum from the array, that is element. The name of the array is element. From this array we can take out the maximum and minimum values element, and will print here maximum and minimum. Now after execution of the program, here is the for loop for maximum and minimum, and the conditional is if statement is conditioned to check whether the number is smaller or greater. Like this we can check the values and take out the maximum and minimum. Here is the output of the program. First of all we have to enter the number, that is the 5 integers given by the user, and here is the 55 and minus 22. Greatest value is 55 and smallest value is minus 22. After execution of this program, here is the output. That's all. Thank you.